I feel like they would have worn this shirt in the 70s. Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm celebrating the 40th anniversary of one of Steven Spielberg's classic movies, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This movie originally opened on December 14th in 1977, and it's celebrating its 40th anniversary in a couple weeks, so I thought I would finally check it off of my 1001 movies list. I'm surprised I haven't seen this movie before because one, aliens, and we all know I love aliens and sci-fi, and two, Spielberg is one of the greatest directors in the world. So, a couple reasons why I'm surprised I never saw this movie or even tried to check it off my list, but I really enjoyed this movie. If you haven't seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you really need to fix that, especially if you are a sci-fi lover or a Steven Spielberg lover. I believe they re-released it in theaters back in August or September, which is really early. I feel like they should have re-released it in December, especially since the anniversary is coming up soon. But it is also a really fun movie. Quick summary of the movie is pretty much a bunch of strange UFO sightings shake up a small Indiana town. One man, Roy Neary, played by Richard Dreyfuss, witnesses one, and when he is dismissed on this UFO sighting, he goes on a journey to find out what it all really means. While doing this, he meets a mom named Jillian who is on a quest to find her young son who was taken during a strange visitation from the extraterrestrials. And if you've been watching my series while I check the movies off the 1001 movies list, you know this is usually the part where I talk a little bit about the movie as told by the book's point of view. And I talk a little bit about what the book says on the movie and anything else that's kind of interesting to me or sheds a little light on the story or behind the scenes of the making of the movie. I'm still trying to figure out the format I want to use for these videos, and bear with me a little bit while I try to figure that out, but at least for this video, I'm not going to go through the book. It is a little bit more time consuming for me to watch the movie, do my thoughts, and pick out excerpts from the book to talk about. And even though I love the excerpts from the book, most of the time it's just a short summary and really not anything that I want to talk about or pull from in the video. So I'll probably talk about it if there's something that is interesting to me or a little bit more cohesive to what I want to talk about. For now, I'm probably not really going to talk about what the book says because it usually doesn't add too much. So that's what I'm doing, at least for this episode or this video or whatever we're calling these. In the future, if there's something else you want me to add or you think I should do that will really help make these videos a lot more fun, or if you really did like me talking about the excerpts from the book, let me know in the comments down below. As I said earlier, I really loved watching this movie, mostly because it was about alien encounters, and of course, Steven Spielberg makes a movie exciting and fun and just visually beautiful, and this movie was just so much fun, but it also showed a little bit different sides to what an alien encounter is to the viewer. Like, for the most part, you would understand that governments would try to hide it up, but you don't ever see that side. You kind of see usually the side from the protagonist who's trying to break in, but in Close Encounters, you kind of see that side where the government is hiding everything and how they're hiding it and what they're doing to hide it. And it was really cool to me to see kind of that different side of the kind of alien conspiracy where the government is blocking it off. But there are also some other people who are a part of that, like Francois Truffaut's character, who I didn't realize was in this movie, and I didn't really recognize it was him until I was watching the credits back. If you don't know who Francois Truffaut is, he is the director of one of the great classics that you have to watch in film school, Breathless. Such a great movie, but I think I didn't realize it was him because I don't think I've ever seen a color photo of him or a photo of him older than whatever age he was when he directed Breathless, which is like maybe in his 20s or 30s. But he was one of those good guys that was trying to kind of figure out what the aliens were wanting and not trying to block anyone off from finding out about it. Like, he wanted the people who had seen the UFOs, seen the aliens, to come and kind of talk with the aliens or the extraterrestrials because they were understanding what the aliens wanted. Especially with Richard Dreyfuss's character, because he really understood, for the most part, what the aliens were talking about. He just didn't know he understood it until he made that mountain of mashed potatoes and went literally crazy, which probably was one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie, besides the clip that I'm going to show towards the end, when he was making that giant mountain out of clay, and then he kind of finally realized what it was that he was seeing, and he just runs around his house, runs around his neighborhood, just pulling things and throwing them through his kitchen window until his wife leaves. But even after his wife leaves, he continues to do that, and it was so fun to watch him just go nuts. Not to mention, this is such a classically Spielberg film. It's so well crafted. It builds tension and suspense slowly and gradually, but not too slow. It still has a very fast moving kind of storyline. It pushes everything along the way it needs to, even though this is a pretty long movie. I think it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It's paced very nicely. The music helps with the tension and pacing the movie as well. And the cinematography on this is beautiful. The lighting is it's just, everything about this movie is so gorgeous and I love it. The clip I chose basically starts Rory's journey throughout the entire movie and is probably my favorite scene in the entire movie. It's so cool. The effects are really fun when they do the anti-gravity, and well, you'll see.
Oh shit!
So that is all I have for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. As always, these are just my opinions, but I would love to know yours in the comments down below. What is your favorite Spielberg movie, or what's your favorite sci-fi movie? If you want to know which films I have watched already, or just keep up with my progress, there's a link to a Google Doc with all the movies on the list that I have watched so far in the description down below. Now that it is December, it means it's Christmas movie time. There are not very many movies related to Christmas on the list, I don't think, but the movie I chose on the list for next week is one that some would consider a Christmas classic, and that is Die Hard. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, whoever you are. Let me know who you are in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I talk movies, TV shows, so much fun, nerdy goodness, filmmaking sometimes in there too, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye!